Only 3 games played, but already a mood of anxiety at Molineux, where promotion isn't just hoped for, it's expected. Wolves aren't exactly panicking, but they badly need to win tonight to spread confidence among fans and players alike. Graham Taylor said the display at Sunderland was probably the most inept since he became manager, and inevitably he's made changes. Out go Neil Masters, Sid Cowans and David Kelly. In come Neil Emblin, Tony Daly and Darren Ferguson. An unexpected return to the first team for the young Scot, who almost joined Leicester City during the summer. He hasn't played since December. Well, like Wolves, Derby County are looking for their first win, following home draws against Port Vale and Grimsby and defeat at Reading in between. Early injuries for them to Gary Rowett and Marco Gabbiadini have forced changes, and there are further problems tonight. Darren Wassell and Ron Willems are both out injured, so Jim Smith has had to change things round yet again. In defence, Simon Webster makes his debut on loan from West Ham, where he made just 5 appearances in 3 seasons following a badly broken leg. The referee, Terry Heilbron from Newton Aycliffe. Wolves lost only 3 out of 23 league games here last season, but one of those defeats came against Derby, and when the teams last met at the baseball ground in April, it was an exciting 3-3 draw. More of the same again would suit most. Mark Rankin played at Sunderland after 2 appearances on the substitutes bench, and he's in from the start at right back in a much-changed Wolves side, and it's the first time in a competitive match that Graham Taylor has had the 2 wingers, Froggatt and Daly, together. Crowd very quickly get anxious here, and they don't really allow their players too much time to dwell on the ball. Daly, Emblin. It was always a risky one. Harks intercepts, but Emblin fortunate to get it back again. Sturridge tried to lose Rankin, and he did well. Richards and De Wolf combine convincingly. And Thompson finding Bull. Goodman. This is Thompson. Bull the target in the centre. Over his head to Daly. Chance for Daly! Celebrations all round Molineux for Tony Daly's first goal as a Wolves player. It came in the 13th minute, and 13 minutes was just about all he managed in the first team last season after that cruciate knee injury, which at one stage threatened his career. What a satisfying moment for him.
Well, Tony Daly would be delighted, but it was truly dreadful defending. Dreadful.
So Derby pay the price for some very sloppy defensive work, and Daly gleefully collecting his opening goal. Well, Daly was Graham Taylor's first buy, £1.2 million from Aston Villa. He's been dying for the opportunity to get Daly on one side and Froggatt on the other to stretch defences. Ironically, that goal for Daly came straight down the middle. Given away rather clumsily there by Wolves in midfield, and the ball finds Flynn. No problem with the back this time.
Yeah, good bit of defending by De Wolf then. Read it well.
Sturridge almost released Flynn. Emblin doing well. Nicholson wins it back now. Harks. It's a bit tight in the middle there for Derby. The Wolf with the clearance, not desperately effective one. Ferguson calms it down. Now Rankin. That could be a glorious ball, and it bounces into the path of Bull. Can he keep it in? He can. And Goodman arrives to win it from Webster. Daly's cross. No one on the far post in a Wolves shirt. Nonetheless, Kavanagh panicked a little and has conceded a corner.
Oh, again, you've got to fancy this Derby defence if you're a Wolves forward tonight.
Froggatt's corner looks a good one. And it's gone in! Goodman has made it 2 in the space of 2 minutes. And it's his first ever goal at Molineux. All his others have come away from home. What a start for Wolves.
Well, I said you've got to fancy yourself, and Goodman rises well, unchallenged. Again, some dreadful defending. Goodman gets a free head virtually at this from a corner kick, remember.
Tremendous header though by Goodman.
Yeah, he's strong in the air. It was a good header.
Well, Graham Taylor experimented with the lineup tonight, and so far the experiment is working. And a smile even from the manager. Wolves look full of running at the moment. That was a clumsy ball given away to Priest. Now Sturridge. Oh, he's done well to get round to Wolf and turns it back towards Flynn. Good effort by Flynn. Unlucky for Derby. Fine save, Stowell.
Yeah, that's the first good effort by Derby. Sturridge does well. Flynn, and it's the first shot on goal, really.
Kept him well. And Bull produces a good cross. Rather panicky clearance by Van der Laan. And at the moment, you have to say, Derby look all over the place defensively.
Yeah, they are, Al. I mean, it's evident.
Emblin. And Wolves get a free kick for that challenge by Harks.
The problem Derby have got at the moment is a lot of their defensive play, poor defensive play, self-inflicted. It's not really being caused by a good Wolves forward game.
It's a good free kick from Ferguson, and it's caused Derby another problem. The Wolves hooking it back in, and Sutton was nowhere for a moment. Powell had to head behind.
So there was a perfect example. Not a Wolves player in sight, 2 Derby defenders going for the same ball. Desperation. You can see not a Wolves player in sight. Look, 2 Derby players going for the same ball. Desperation. Give away a corner.
Another tremendous header, well saved by Sutton. Well, Goodman almost doubled his total there. Tremendously powerful header, and he climbed so high.
Yeah, another great header by Don Goodman. He is strong in the air. He does look powerful.
Richards coming forward now and finding Emblin. Thompson. Daly again finds some space on the right, and Nicholson brings him down. It's going to be a difficult night for Shane Nicholson with Daly in this mood.
Yeah, he's playing very well, Tony Daly. Very well indeed. No question about the foul.
And no question that this is going to pose another problem for Derby. Oh, complete miskick by Richards, but it's driven in by the captain, and it's 3-0 to Wolves. De Wolf the scorer. .32 minutes gone. Wolves at last have found their form, and found it in some style.
Well taken goal, this, actually. Very well struck. Superb 1-2 by Dean Richards here. Fools everybody. Beautifully struck ball, though.
Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Derby County 0. What a brilliant first half it's been for Wolves. Sturridge linking up with Flynn. Pearce has been outstanding since he came on.
Yeah, he's very calm and composed, and obviously seems to know what he's doing.
But on this occasion, he's conceded a corner with 4 minutes of the first half remaining. Van der Laan coming forward. It's gone short to Harks. Tended to Sturridge. That should have been one back for Derby, without doubt.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Should have been in.
A first half that Wolves didn't really want to end. Scintillating form. Daly got them underway with his first goal for the club. Goodman got his first goal at Molineux, and John de Wolf, the captain, made it 3-0. There were countless other opportunities, some excellent Wolves football. Derby have got to produce something fairly miraculous here to have any hope at all. It's looking grim for them. Half-time score, Wolves 3, Derby County 0. Well, can Wolves keep the pace going in their second half? That has to be the big question. So often you see in matches where one team has been so dominant in the first 45 minutes that they're unable to repeat that kind of form in the second half. Derby certainly will be hoping that that's the case, and they go straight on the attack with Harks and Nicholson combining. Well, that was not exactly what the Derby supporters wanted to see by way of a shot. Van der Laan's effort wild and well off target. Good challenge by Froggatt, and now Goodman breaks clear, and Bull unmarked in the middle, and he got the pass all wrong. And he knows it. Nicholson. Intercepts, and he's having an impressive game in that central midfield role. Bull dispossessed by Van der Laan, who's done well here. Priest to Carsley. Priest takes over again, and that's a fine ball for Flynn, and the shot well saved, and Carsley denied by excellent goalkeeping by Mike Stowell. Good movement though by Derby.
Yeah, good movement, but not a great deal of penetration. You can see the shot's fully 25 yards out. Good effort, though.
Bull almost releasing Goodman. Priest. Bull swarming around in midfield, winning it back. Ferguson. It's a terrible throw by Sutton. He's given it straight to Daly, and he could be punished with another goal. He made up for it well, in fairness. Sutton threw the ball straight to Daly and must have feared a goal was on the way. Sturridge doing well at the other end. Flynn up in support. That's too close to Richards, though. You've got to like the look of this fella. He's put the ball out of play in the end, but he's a very quick and accomplished defender.
Well, really, a gift for Tony Daly. You'd expect him to score this. Having scored once, his confidence up. Really, he should have buried that.
a lovely turn by Emblem. Now Daly gets it. And Emblem continues to link with him. Harks trying to get his foot in with the challenge and did so.
Well, I think this is the time for players to express themselves with a little bit of individual skill.
De Wolf looking for Goodman in the centre, and it comes to Froggatt. And almost another goal. They have to settle for a corner.
Yeah, I think the Wolves lads, they're 3 up. They should be really toying with the opposition, really. Good ball in by Big De Wolf. This ball just bounced a bit unkindly for Stevie Froggatt. Corner.
De Wolf, and knocked off the line by Kavanagh. In the mood for another. Goodman couldn't reach it, nor could De Wolf. Cleared only as far as Daly, though. Turned back in again by Ferguson. Little nudge on Froggatt. Surely. And the linesman couldn't have been any nearer, but hasn't given it. Goal kick. Glorious forward ball by young Pearce to Bull. Froggatt turning it in first time. Bull. Powell's clearance. You get the feeling the next Wolves goal isn't going to be long in coming. Daly. Brilliant play by Daly. Good cross. Bull! That could easily have been goal number 4. Daly did superbly well again down the right.
It's the old adage, but you can't beat players taking on players and beating them, and really that was a super effort. Bad luck by Steve Bull.
Goodman. He might go all the way here, Goodman. Good save. He's had an outstanding night as well.
See, again, it's players taking on players, beating them. The minute you're past a player, you're in with a shout. You've just got to beat that initial player, and you've got a chance.
And the corner looks good. Richards almost got ahead to it. Sutton punching it clear. A wrestling match between the two little guys, and the foul's gone against Thompson. Derby are about to bring on Paul Trollope. And Lee Carsley is the man he'll replace. Carsley, who came back after that serious knee injury towards the back end of last season. It's his first game back. Not surprisingly, he's found the pace a bit hard to take. Flynn. Sturridge getting it from Nicholson. And going on a lone run here. Almost a successful one. Derby fans felt they could have had a free kick then. The play is waved on, and there's a glorious ball. Ferguson to Froggatt, and Bull in the middle. This could be number 4 this time, and still could be for Goodman. That 4th goal just won't come, and we have to credit Steve Sutton for that. Thompson driving it in, deflection for a corner. But the Derby goalkeeper, Steve Sutton, has made 3 or 4 terrific saves in this half alone.
Yeah, superb football on the break. Great stuff by Wolves. Beautiful ball laid in by Steve Froggatt to Stevie Bull there. Good save by Sutton.
Well, Goodman winning another header, but this time it's skidded off his head.
Yeah, beautiful break this, and what a good ball this laid into the path of Steve Bull there. Well taken shot, good save.
The crowd trying to razz them up a little bit. They'd love to see the fourth goal, which has threatened many times. But
well, yeah, I suppose you're right, Al. Really, you have to look at it and say that they have had some very good opportunities to increase the score. Haven't taken them.
Emblem trying to force her way through this time. And Goodman went down injured. But I think he's all right as play goes on towards Bull. Bull's done well here. Well, 3 goals for Wolves. Bull hasn't got one of them. But how many efforts has he had tonight that have been unlucky?
He does extremely well here, Steve, and you can't help thinking that if he'd have stayed on his feet and taken the ball forward rather than shooting, he'd have put himself in better position.
Webster, it's the first time he's crossed the halfway line. Trollope turning it on, and it's a good ball for Sturridge. Chance here for Sturridge. Still won't come for Derby. Nicholson turns it back in again. Sturridge's header. If any player deserved a goal for Derby tonight, it is Sturridge. Denied by the post. So in the, well, stoppage time in actual fact, not even the final minute, Derby so close to a goal, and they might get one yet. Took to Wolf's interception. Corner to Derby.
See again, this Sturridge leaves De Wolf here, and he's got a bit of space, takes him on. Now, I'm sure that's Sturridge's skill.
Could have made it 3 goals in 3 games there. And that, in fact, is the final whistle. The game, in truth, was won in the first half an hour. A big smile for Graham Taylor, because the next hour was fairly academic. Once Wolves had swept into that 3-0 lead, there was never really any hope of Derby coming back into it. A very satisfying night for Wolves, and for this young man, Dennis Pearce, making his first team debut, and a very impressive one at that. But Wolves' new look formation did the business tonight, and they fully deserved their victory by 3 goals to 0. Graham, you said Saturday was just about the worst display since you became manager. I would think the first half an hour or so tonight was just about one of the best.
Well, it was a lot better, and we were pleased. We need the win. I mean, I know Jim Smith at Derby needed it. I was talking to him before the game and said, well, you know, one of us is likely to be disappointed, and unfortunately it was Jim. But we need to get the win under our belts.
A new system of play, and new players, obviously, changes in the side. You must have been very satisfied with the way it went.
Well, I'm very pleased. I think the thing is, I know I've said it before, that when players have been out for a length of time, it does take some time to get back. And the only way that they're going to get match fit is to play in the first team. And we've seen that one. There were 1 or 2 tired people in the second half, but that's to be expected.
Now, people make some very rash comments after 2 or 3 matches in a new season, but nonetheless, I would think getting that first win important in terms of confidence.
I think it is important for any club, Al, isn't it? You know, when you start a new season, the quicker you can get something under that wins column, then the better. And it would be silly for me to deny that. It was important that we could get a win. And now we've got to go into Leicester, another local derby, or derby to an extreme, and of course the area's full of them. So we've just got to try to build on this. But we do have that little bit of a problem at the moment with players coming back after being out of the game for such a long period of time. But this should do everybody's confidence the world of good.
Well, Graham Taylor understandably delighted by that comprehensive win for Wolves, their first of the season. The second half was an anti-climax, Jim, but you've got to be impressed by Wolves' first half performance.
Yes, very much so. I was quite pleased with the way that they played tonight, because I think that for the first time for a long time, Graham had the right balance. We didn't see the long ball coming in all the time. We didn't see the long ball being played over people's heads in midfield. We saw some good build-up midfield. We had a good mixture with Emblem and Ferguson and Daly and Stevie Froggatt on the wing, and I think they mixed it up, and that's what Wolves have been lacking, I feel, in the last couple of seasons. Play the long ball by all means, but you do have to intermix it with other styles of play, and they did that tonight, and they did it very well.
You were critical at times of Wolves last season, and Graham Taylor's insisted all along when he got his injured players fit again, they'd be a better side. Are you more impressed?
Oh, definitely. I think this side tonight looked the part. They really did. Now, whether they can stay looking the part, we'll have to wait and see. Certainly, it was a great game for them tonight. They could have won 5 or 6, no question. Played against a Derby side who, well, I don't know if you're Jim Smith, I don't really know what you say, to be perfectly honest.
He didn't want to talk to us, possibly understandably.
I can understand it, because I don't know what you can say about their performance or what you can say about their team. They don't look right. From keepers looks fine. Keeper looks fine, but the rest of them don't look very happy in what they're doing.
They've had a lot of injuries, to be fair.
Yeah, they have, but when you've got a team like that came here tonight, they didn't really look as though they were wanting to do anything positive. They were going through the motions, I felt, a lot, but there you are.
Well, a better night for Wolves, problems still for Derby, just 42 games to go, Bob.
Yeah.
Just 42, like you said. So Wolves are on the way up.